And we're live. We are live. Don't know what's going to happen with my chat. Yep, chat has popped up. Change that to that. Yo, Dreams. Welcome, man. Welcome. Mr. S. Neil. Welcome. What the fudge is that? No, we're not interested in that. Is my Rob, afternoon. Mr. Nick. Slacking indeed, mate. We'll just have to see if Stream Elements decides it's gonna play along today. So, I figured I'd better jump on and give an update on this after doing rigorous testing. Oh, Phoenix, welcome, mate. Let me just fire up my multimeter. Helps if you turn the USB on. Freaking Egypt. You freaking Egypt. Let's switch that to that. OBS, and I am back. Yo, Keith. Welcome, mate. Switch to that. Change and mess about with that. Pop that up there. Put that on there. And that's the scope cam. That's everything. Should be fired up and running. Yo, Travis. And Paul. Afternoon, mate. So, update on Rob Layton's Xbox One X board is he thinks it's dead. We'll explain why I've come to that conclusion. We get standby voltages absolutely everywhere where we need to get them. Switch you guys to that. Let's fire in some power. So we get standby voltages. We get as, let's go from low to high. We get as 1.1. We get as 1.8. We get as 3.3. We get as 5. And we get our 12. So we're getting full voltage. Now, I have messed about and changed a few bits and pieces on this. I've also removed something to see if it made any difference whatsoever, or to determine why, if possible, which side the 9 volts was feeding from. Now, I think if I remember rightly, we had got 0.9 volts on the second resistor down between the EMMC and the South Bridge. I think that's actually normal. I'm sure I remember seeing the same voltage on Wayne's working board. So I think that section is going to be pretty normal. What we change that over, let's kill power, let's unplug that. What we are seeing though is we are seeing, if I go from there to there, we are seeing almost a short, if you like. If I clear my meter, we get bang on zeros all across the board. We are getting, on that, as you can see, we are getting 0.2 ohms to resistance to ground. Believe that should be around the 1.6 mark. So I'm thinking that it's possible the CPU is more dead than anywhere else, but we get, so if I change you over to the microscope, we have this little IC here, which is to do with the system on chip. Test point is SOCFI, not sure what the pH Y is for. I believe if I change that back over, this end pin here comes to the enable on one of the main. I don't think it's the main, but it comes to the enable pin, which is just there. But we're not seeing any enable signal on this. We're not seeing any enable signal on this one, which would be pin 37. I believe it's that resistor just there. And that one just there comes from somewhere from around here. Comes to this resistor just there, and again we're not seeing any enable signal from that whatsoever. Yo George, I believe, could be wrong, but I believe this section here is for the V-core, which would be the CPU. Not sure if that is where the system first starts. I don't think it is. But again, on that coil there, we get absolutely 1.3. But I am sure that is for is it? No, maybe not. That's not for VCore. That is likely to be for the NB core, which would be Northbridge, of course. Not sure which Northbridge, according to Mr. Steve B. Northbridge on these are built into the CPU. Failing that, I've done numerous checks. We get a current draw of 0.01 amps at 12 volts and a draw of 120 watt on putting power into the board. So what I did was I'd reworked out the enable from this, which runs through this capacitor here. I've changed that. If I remove that, it draws no power whatsoever, kills the power good signal from the 3.3 step down converter, and still does absolutely nothing whatsoever. But we still get absolutely nothing. We still show 0.7 volts on the pin 5 of the connector, I think it was, and that should be 3.3. So it's possible, as we all know, systems or chips components don't just fail as short, they can fail as open, and they just basically go open circuit, like taking a fuse and cutting the wire. Then the signal just can't get through. So it is possible that that's what's happened. So I'm not gonna state for fact that it's the CPU, because I just don't know. There's no way of being adamant that that's what it is. And again, with the Southbridge and DMMC, we have very, very little data on those specific components, so it's just mere impossible to pinpoint which part of it's failed. Or so unfortunately I have to call that one as dead. Bob that to one side for now. Discuss maybe maybe, because I'm glutton for punishment a little bit, aren't I? So it may be that, depending on what Rob wants to do, it may be that some of the BGAs get removed just for testing purposes. Now, how many of you guys will remember this console? So this was coming. Absolutely zero screws. Come on, let it go. Missing components. There's no wonder this don't work, Wayne. You've no power supply for a start. You've no hard drive. And you've no fan. Yes, indeed, it was Wayne's. I may just continue with it when I've got time here and there, Rob. I've invested in a preheater. So the plan on that was to maybe look at removing the south bridge, reball the one that I've got, which is there. I think that's the EMMC from off of mine. And then see if that changes anything. And then if it does indeed change the current behaviour of it, may look at removing the APU, see if it's possible to remove the APU and replace the APU on the preheater. Yo, David. Can anybody remind me of what was initially done on this? My memory is like a sieve. With flux around there, so I'm assuming they've been changed. With flux around the 51916, so I'm assuming that's been changed. With no flux around the Ethernet IC. Let's There you are, hiding away. Let's give it some 12 volts electricity. So that started its I'm almost certain that that started running its system check. Twelve volt. Interesting. Yo, Oz, welcome mate. Stream Elements hasn't kicked in again, has it? I think I broke Stream Elements. Does Stream Elements run when it's in subscribers only mode? Well, that's interesting because we don't get we have 3.2 volts there. Should it is a moderator, right? Yeah, it's a moderator. But for some reason it's not kicked in again. Strange. I must have done something wrong. I must have killed it. Mr. Wayne had that off, didn't he? Mr. Wayne had that off. Do we get 3.3 on that one? We do indeed. 3.3 on that one. We do indeed. Let's dart over to... We'll be getting 1.1 standby, yeah. We'll be getting 1.8 standby, yeah. This is going to be not much different because we're going to have all the pissing voltages and no chuffing brain. I believe that's the voltage in 3.2. 3.2. Grab that power panel. 1.8, 1.1 is it? 1.1 switch. And that jumps to 3 point. I seriously can't remember what was move that to there. Let's let's just give 51916 a quick clean. Make sure that I'm ready first. That cap looks a little worse for wear. With having heat around it, did we get yeah, 4.85, that'll be 5 volts. That would power panel back again. And that one attempts to boot, goes a little bit high but attempts to boot. So that's going to be about right. Yo, Danny. Just so everyone knows that I'll be starting my YouTube channel soon, hopefully. Yo, Mark. Welcome, mate. Are you up and running yet? Let's have a look on. Dang, I'll need a link since I am not a mod. I can't go to the channel. I don't think I can that way. I might be able to go. No, can't do it that way. I don't know what I'm doing when I'm streaming. OBS limits quite a fair bit. So that's getting that. Let's have a quick squeeze and see what's. Do we get 1.9 on the gate of that FET. So that means that chip, that driver is driving it. Can't remember which. We'll probably see something there. I'll only see 0.8 there though. And we've got 3 volts to that. we supposed to get voltage out of that? Well, that changed. I can't remember. My memory sucks. Yo, Glyn. Welcome, mate. Does anybody remember what this had done to it? Does anybody remember? Or do I need to start off from the beginning? Which could be a pain in the neck. Point six. Point six, yes. Open line. Point six. Point six. Point six. Open line. Don't think we're supposed to get open line. Let me just make sure that I was on. Oh, we're getting 0.5, 0.6. Yeah, so we get 0.5, 0.6 from that. Gate on that one. Well, we are here is 0.9. Could be about right. We did see voltage on that when we tried to boot it. I don't think that should be reading that low. Let's pull that and place it to one side. Roll that off to there. Give that a quick clean. Give all that just a quick wipe. just while the board cools a little bit. See, that looks like it were off the board, and it looked like it's being put back on, maybe. I don't think we should see 1 point, 1 point. What was that? That was 3819A. I don't have a 3819A. That must mean it's got a different part number, and I've got to go looking for it. Not that one. Is that one? That one. Could be. That one could be that one. What's that one then? No, idiot. I have it still. 53819. Start paying attention, Chris. So that is driver for the low side. We're still in diode mode, and we now get a reading of 0.4, which is more like it. Believe it's that one there. Let me see if I've got that on a Dono. I do indeed. Da, 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 da. Oh yeah, of course you've been on a. You've been in college for a day, haven't you, Donny? College, school, whichever. I've never done one of them. I can honestly say I have never done one of them. And it's not necessarily because I'm a good boy either, the reason I've never done one of them. It's more because the last time I was done for speeding, I was going way too quick. Place that down there. So looking at that, that must have already been. That must have already been replaced as well. No worries. Let's. Blow the flux away. Give that a minute to cool and see what's but looking at those pads on that I think that's been changed already. Sure, that's been changed already. So he was one of the 8 out of 10. Okay, gotta drive home. See you all in 30. Don't be speeding. So, still a little bit warm. We get 0.4 on that now. What do we get on its big brother? .9. Which might be a little bit high. can't really remember. It's been a while since I yeah, so that is for that's for that, that's for that. Should be cool enough. Let's just open that up. $12 volts. That's 12 volts. Let's go back to voltage mode. If I sit that there, and if I sit that there, that's gonna be no change. So it's not even giving chime off. Did it give chime off when Wayne tested it? What do we have? Resistance to ground. That's going to be fine. So 1.7k ish. Yeah, that seems about fine. 3.3. Switch on. 13k. That's interesting. Does it work from the other speaker? No, yeah. Yo, Mr. Bridge, you're welcome, mate. No, George, you should still hear the normal chime, mate. But we're not even getting any. Power up chime. But let me eeny meeny miny mo. Where will I have put one? Too much crap. Is it possible to have too much crap? It is. Indeed. Is there one in there? Doesn't look like it. Where will I have put my... Where will I have put my 1S front panels? I don't know. It should still chime. But I'm sure we also shouldn't see that on the fuse. That's reading 1.4. It's not even reading 1.46k. It's reading on the meter. It's showing 0.146k. I didn't think you got the beat with special editions. Yeah, I'm sure you still get the beat, but what the other speaker does is takes over. The other speaker takes over. But we can plug the speaker in and test, but I don't think what is that showing in voltage? We do get in the chime. It must do. It must take over. But do you know how shit that chime sounds? Yeah. My apologies, Minecraft lovers. Not for me. We'll make do without the chime. Do we have in fact, pull that off. Do we have a so we've got no short to ground on that. Oh, it's been too long. It's been too long. Why do we see no? We start to see a voltage. I think you can change it in settings for normal beep. Can't yet, mate. Can't access settings yet. See, this is going to be the same, isn't it? This is going to be the same. What do we get on that? Let's pull up the which I hate to do. Let's pull up the. Do I even have them? Do I even have it on this system? Have I even put it back on the system? No, I haven't. Why have you not? Yeah, shit doorbell, mate, yeah. That's exactly how I'd explain it too. Shit doorbell. Yeah, stop telling me to hang on. Right, you can go and you can be closed off. Let's download that. Let's download it. That should still haven't gone. Save, yeah, save, right, finally. Finally. I don't think Wayne went over this. Over this thing, did he? Problem is some of them are. Some of it is a little inconsistent. Has it been speeded again? Right, we see it's 3.3 down there. Fair point. Do we have our? Do we have our 8 volt? Is it? I think, or is it 10? Get that into. Focus for you lot. I think it's on there. 10 volts we do see indeed. So we're seeing us 10 volts there. We know that's kicking in because we're seeing us 5 volts. I think down here we should see a 2.8. 2.8 on that leg just there, which we are seeing a 2.8 on that. Let's have a look on and around. So we should have 3.3 there, I'm assuming. which we do have. We should have 5 volts there, which we do have. Don't think we should see anything there yet. That's where we should see as 3.3 on boot. Shouldn't see anything on that yet. We should see 3.3 there and there, which we're going to do because we see it there anyway. We should see 3.3 on that. Which we do. And we see it there too. Should see 3.3 there and 3.3 there. We should see between 1.1 and 1.8 on there, yeah. Although it states 1.8, I believe I've had consoles boot from a lower reading. That looks just like shit. 3.3. Yeah, 3.3. Yeah, 3.3. No, I'm on the wrong one. It's that one, that's why. Three point three. See, that shows that as a 1 point, as a 1.8. So it shows that there as a 1.8. I can't remember. That's a 1.8. 1.8. 1.8. 1.8. One point eight. It shows on which I honestly cannot remember if it should or not. I cannot remember if on a working board, I cannot remember if that one there is or should be a 1.8. Yo, Lee. Welcome, mate. I cannot remember. Do we see a... See, we don't see a short to ground on that resistor. And the only ground path, I'm assuming, if we did have a short to ground on that, would be through Southbridge or EMMC. Let me take that back off of there. I don't know why I've just unplugged it, the board from there either. You dangle there. And try not to short out and touch each other, please. What should we see on that? Let me find it. U6, U6, U1, we should see 5 volts. I'm upside down, so we see 5 on. Yeah, 5 there, so we're going to have 5 there, 5 there, 5 there. We should see 5 there. I'm not entirely sure what the light blue ones are for. 2.5, 2.5 on that one. 2.5 on that one, and 2.5 just there. Yeah, so we see 2.5 just there, 2.5 and 2.5. Let's have a squiz by the Realtek. That resistor looks like it's almost lost its end cap. So what should we see? We should see 12 volt there, 3.3. We should see 12 volt there, which means we see it there anyway, and then we should see 1.8-ish, 1.8-ish, which we're gonna do. Yes, 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 yes. does it show a random red dot there? A random red dot. Five volt. Yeah, so we're gonna have 5 volt there. Yeah, we're gonna have 5 volt all the way around. And then we should have 1.3.3 there. Interesting that we've got a cap there. 5 volts. Yeah. 5 volts, yes. This is gonna be one of those long drawn outs. 12 volt, yeah. 1.8-ish. We're getting 1.9. Where on board are we there? Should we get 5 volt there? 5 volt on the side. Where on that board are we? Oh. Yeah, which we're going to do. We're going to get us voltage there anyway. Because we've got 5 volts and we don't have a problem with the 5 volts. So, let's have a gander over this side of the board. Let me see if I can find that. Yeah, that is there. And according to that, we only see one voltage, which is that pin there as 5 volts. That's got crap all over it, but it's only crap. So we are indeed only seeing that one 5 volts there. This is going to be 3.3, 3.3. Yeah, 3.3 there. See, this is what I hate about these. Is we're clearly going to have majority of the standby voltages. When first applying power, it begins its checks, but it stops its checks earlier than normal. Did it give? I think we're supposed to say 1.5 volts there. on my IO on 1.8 for maybe around 7 seconds ish. Is power on, power off. So we've got all those standby voltages. We've got, have we got, disk drive. I'm not sure that's supposed to be 0.5, which you guys couldn't see. Bald? Who's bald? But I don't think that would stop it from completing any system check. So we get 12 volt there, 12 volt there, and 0.5. I'm sure we should have more than that. Yeah, that's not marked on that sheet. We should see which we're gonna do. We're gonna see 12. We're gonna see 12 there. We're gonna see 12 there. Is it that leg? No, in. We're gonna see 12 there. Yeah, 12. 12. 12. And 12 either side of that resistor, which we're going to see anyway. So we're going to see 12 volts there. I'm almost certain that we should see more than 0.5, 0.4. on that, but I can't remember. Chris, you should have the boot up sequence logged by now. The amount of no power. Yes, but when it's only me, Danny, when it's only me, mate, I don't record shit. I don't take notes. I probably should though. You're not wrong. I probably should, mate. I see 0.45 on the bottom of C5B19. C5B19? Have I just been? No, C5B19, C5. Alright, yeah. Yeah, so that's normal then. So brains of operation is 4205. 4205 boots when it gets the ready signal, as Mr. Steve B says, from the CPU, I think it is. Speak of the devil. Mr. Steve B. Yeah.
I've got standby, DCO, diode, and working booted voltages. I'm just finishing the booted voltages. They're totally different from, unfortunately, from your reading. Check this with 2 meters, and even my really cheap meter is not far off. I'm thinking your meter could be
Yeah.
on resistance.
Yeah. I have, yeah, just 2 seconds, Steve.
I'm sorry, stick it across your meter, see what it reads.
Say hello to it, guys.
Hey?
I say hello to it, folks. You're on YouTube, mate. I'm just streaming.
Oh, right, sorry, bud. I had no idea. I'll catch you later, okay?
It's all right, mate. It's I'm just on a 1S at minute.
Oh, right, okay. As I say, this is the continuation from the 1X.
Yeah, so to answer your question, my meter might be... No, it 5 watt 10k resistors reading 10k, mate.
It is. It's just really strange. Can you take, when you get a chance, can you take your readings again? This test point 1, which you've got as 12k to ground on resistance. On all my meters, on all I've got 1 faulty and 2 working. I'm getting 3.5k there. So I need to search why these differentials are different.
I can't take readings again of the known good because I've no longer got it, mate.
No, you dead one.
It's
gone. I don't think it's going to be far off, to be honest.
Yeah, I can take readings again of the red one, mate.
Yeah, save it till after your stream if you're busy. I didn't honestly know you was on. I'm sorry, but
notifications. You should have your notifications though, mate.
I've had my head in this board right up to my nostrils, mate. As I say, I've got it running with a bare board at the moment, so I'm now going to take the fan off and make some other way of cooling it. I can get to the test points under the fan.
Well, everybody's saying hello. George has said hello. Mark said hello. Danny's said no need to run away. George said language, Steve.
What I said now? Alright, well, hello everybody. I shall speak to you all later. I'll let you get on with that. I just thought I'd let you know about it. Do you mind if I use part of your template?
No, use it, mate, and adjust it if you need to adjust it.
Okay.
Add to it, or do whatever you feel like doing, mate.
Well, I've kept you original. And what I'm putting down is all the readings I'm getting from the boards. I'll take all the readings off the key site. I'll take them off for 1 meter. So hopefully they should be reasonable. And then what I've got is a couple of drawings to add to yours. So, yeah, all good.
Yeah.
All right, mate, I'll dial up and I'm recording as well here, but not at the moment. I'm doing it in sections, but I'll dial up and follow you on your YouTube while I'm working there.
Yeah. No problem, Steve.
Alright, see you in a minute. Thanks
Jump on. Jump on and fix this one for me on stream, mate.
Oh, okay, I'll pop up and say hello.
Alright.
See you in a minute.
In a minute. Bye. Mr. Steve B should be chatting about a minute. We had a good old chit chat last night, Mr. Steve B and me. Oh, Steve and myself. I've now forgot where I was at on this one. What was I looking at? So we've got it may be a come in handy, you know. Mr. Calder, welcome mate. It may be come in handy to have a oscilloscope. And I might have to invest in a oscilloscope, as Mr. Steve B said yesterday, because something may not be detectable by a bog basic multimeter. Mr. Steve B is here, as he said he would be. I need to tighten my cameras up as well. We see that one on that. Do I have on this PC a smelloscope? Yelly, a smelloscope, mate. An oscilloscope can be good for things like picking up RAM signals. What were I doing? I'm way out of touch at the minute. Is that one? Shit, hell, is that the time? So, much like anything, we should see that one there even is two minutes. that's one Nintendo DS charger, which before we continue on, let's just grab one of those really quickly. Stick them over there, as I can only charge one at any one. Fucking Egypt, man. Egypt. Have I told you all I am a fucking Egypt? Not on there then. That can stay on floor. Now the question is does that even charge? I'll just set this off charging. Yeah, chargers, lights on, bonus. Charge that battery up. There. Told some random, while I'd muted you right quick, told some random phone caller to kindly go forth and multiply. See, I listened when I was at school. Kind of. My teacher once told me to go forth and multiply. So, should we or should we not see some action? Did Wayne change the 4205? Did Wayne change the IC? See again, this is this one here is the enable, and we see nothing on the enable. When I attempt to power on, we see absolutely no change, no difference, nothing. But we might not do on that meter. That's what Mr. B was talking about, I believe. Right, let me nip and grab you guys a link. I'll mute that. Should have it muted. I hope. Big Mac. Go to channel. Subscribe. Somebody's probably already dropped a link, to be fair, I'm assuming. But if not, there is one there. And I will pin it. That should be that pinned for Max. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-bum. Yeah, these here. I said these here. Do you know? See. That's how far out I am. I am circling away with my mouse button, trying to answer you, Lee. And of course, you can't see my fucking mouse button, can you? You can't see my cursor. But then these ones here. Looks like it's BHHB. Usual. See, copper, yeah. Normally you will. I'm not so sure if see, we're getting, even though they're discoloured, we're getting, even though they're burnt, we're getting us 12 volts to, it's 12 volts to the FET. Do we get anything? We get 12 volts to the which drops when we attempt to power on. Not sure if the gate should be constantly 12 volts. Do we see? So maybe so. Maybe it should. Maybe it should. I remember this on mainstream now, just below the main power connections. There was discoloured stuff. Yeah, that's the area that we're in at the minute, Lee. That is that area, as Yao can see. A wrong way on that. Where did that other thing go? It's there. So we should see 12 volts. According to that, we should see 12 volts there, 12 volts there. Yeah, we should see 5 volts there, 5 volts on there, 12 volts on that. As a standby, so we should see 12 volt there. Yeah, we should see 12 volt there, which we're going to do because we've got 12 volt there, we've got 12 volt there, we'd have 12 volt there. We should see 5 volts there, and we should see 5 volts on there. Yeah, we do. We see that. So even though they're burnt, we are still getting the voltage to them. We're going to see as 12 volts on, as 5 volts even on, I think it's that one there. No, maybe not. 5 volts there, and on that resistor So we're seeing, even though when I've finished knocking my scope about, so even though they're dull, we are still seeing voltage on them. I need a lie down after remembering that. I couldn't remember it, mate. No problem, Mark. Check gate in dial mode. See if gate is short to drain. Power that off. Unplug that. Unplug that. Check in diode mode. On the gate is showing 0.89. Can't see it being short, but no short. No short present, and my house is about to get loud. Maybe. Okay, now Big Mac, get on it. Lol. Yeah, Big Mac, go. Kick a stream off. We'll all come and join you. Why not? So, it's not... This is more or less doing a similar... behaviour. I don't even know how I can explain it. How can I explain it? I don't even have a working one to be able to show a difference on what my bench power supply does during the checks. But Mr. Steve B right, ohms reading. Alright. See, is it even really worth doing an ohms reading to ground if my meter's not quite right? Although it reads resistors, it read that resistor at 10k. Could have been the battery, I guess. I've got a no battery in it now, so that means that on that test sheet I did could be a little different. What do we get on? We get around 1.4 ohms to ground. You can't even fucking see. Can't even see what I'm testing, let alone what the fucking meter reading showing. vCPU core is around 1.4, 1.6 ish. Test point. Test point 9 F1, mate. That's 1.4 ish, 1.5 ohms to ground. Mem IO is around 57, which is going to be absolutely fine. Yes, Slick, this is a rabbit hole, mate. What RAM are we running? SK Hynix we're running, so 57 ohms is roughly going to be about right. 1.25. So Mr. Bridger gets 1.8 ohm and Steve B gets 1.25. Is that on a known working? There's a big fucking difference there. See, this is a problem with. I have to admit I use a cheap meter. Cheap meters aren't necessarily going to have the same resistance readings as a Fluke or many others that's of expense. And that's a big difference. If they're both working boards, Mr. Bridger gets 1.8 ohm on CPU core and Steve B gets 1.25 ohms. If they're both working boards, that's a massive difference between on an ohms reading. Non-working Samsung memory and a Fluke meter. Might be slightly different with you running Samsung memory, mate. What memory's on yours, Steve? But I'm sure that's going to be probably well within tolerance. Sorry, my bad. Sorry, my bad. Phone call. I phone call. Who would call you? I had one. I had one from 02085449231. I wouldn't recommend that you phone it because they didn't want to answer me when I was shouting hello, so they got told to fuck off kindly. Close enough. If problem, it will be way higher. Charge in various capacities around the board. Yeah. Have you not got a smart caller? Yeah, I think so, mate. I'm almost certain I've got smart caller on my phone. It's just all these scam. They don't flash up and say, not unless numbers being recorded at some point by somebody else. Spam as spam. What do we get from Northbridge Car? It's where it tells you, Mark, who's calling. So a lot of people, they can add their phone numbers to a system and then it'll tell you. So if some complete stranger could phone you, and it'd tell you who it was, it'd give you some kind of name, like Coda says there, comes up as console fix. On that one is 3.5 ohms to ground. That is Northbridge Court. I'm assuming that's Northbridge Court. I'm assuming that's Northbridge. Just there. Or part of it anyway. There is no thing. So on this, normally, so what happens is Steve B is getting 6.2. So on this, normally, if you are in voltage mode and you'll go to NB core test point, not NB core, sorry, mem in out, or mem-io, whichever way you want to put it. So normally in voltage mode, if you just plug it in and you're sat on your test point, you would usually see it, I think around 1.5 volts, 1.8 volts for maybe 15 seconds ish. And on this we get nothing, so it's not even attempting to run a system check. Which, if I'd have had a working board, I would have showed, even, not even going to attempt to use an English dictionary today, I don't think. If I'd have had a working board, I would have shown, not showed. Kind of a fucking word is showed. Unless you're using it as a different context, as in he showed, or she showed, or they showed. Not fucking I showed. I showed everybody. Well, maybe. Don't know. Anyway, enough of that. My ohms reading on mem-io is likely to be completely different. It's SK Hynix SK Hynix RAM. So RAM is, or memory is likely to have a different ohms reading. I'm going to get 57.2. Showed, now to show something to a northern bastard. Is that like showed it? Yeah, mate. So mine is gonna be completely different. What do I get on V Fuse? Cause you see that That's something I don't really like. So that's more it maybe attempting to charge some kind of capacitor, and that capacitor going open line maybe, or something. Is Wayne about? Are you about, Wayne? Can I do that? Can I? Possibly. Maybe. We'll see. People, did anyone test 3 like button is functioning? Did anyone test? Test to see if the like button's functioning today. Yes, I like it, Mr. Nick. Mine flashes like that, but it's way faster. Should it flash like that? Should it flash? It's pointless testing all the standby voltages. We can test VBAT. VBAT, we should get we're getting 11k-ish on VBAT. Yes, no bother, Mark. See you next time, mate. I'll fire my notifications up, so in case you stream or anything before I am next on, mate, I'll be sure to change my notification settings. That's nearly dead. I don't know, but maybe the fluke samples it a little quicker. Possibly, mate. I'm not so sure it's supposed to flash though, because that's what, you know, this board of, no, it wasn't this board of Rob's. It wasn't this 1X board of Rob's that did it. It was Wayne's board that did that, and I'm almost certain it did it on the 1.8 standby voltage test point. That I struggled getting a stable reading from that, but yeah, I got a stable reading from Rob's 1X board, and I got a stable reading from my 1X board. But yeah, Wayne's 1X board worked, so that was a working console, and that did the same. And we've got a good ground connection. I'm just not so sure that that's supposed to do that. And what's the point in in test points if they don't necessarily tell us much, if the variations are so different? You can understand it with the MEM-IO or MEM in and out, or the RAM. So if I go from the capacitor there, I should typically get the same. Where's my mouse gone? Mouse is there. I should typically get the same reading if I go from that. That one there, is it? That side? No, that side's ground. You fucking moron. So that side, just there, should give me about 57 ohm. 57 ohm. Which again is the self and same as the test point for the memory in out. It's the same difference. So, was Mr. Wayne's noob around? Possibly not. He's lost his noob title, I think, now, hasn't he? He's changed his name. Let me switch that back over from there to there. Move my dusty camera out the way. Yeah, beep on, beep off, mate. Well, I said beep on, beep off. Do you really want to hear it? It's... That's how I broke my last pissing probe pin. It's pathetic on off, mate. See, we get draw. We've got draw. Then went up to around 4 watts, and then dropped back down. You can't see that, can you? Either. Are you sure it's the RAM? No, RAM's fine. I think, mate. I think I'm not necessarily pointing to the RAM. I think RAM's fine at 57 ohms. I was just using RAM as an example that test points are going to vary. Mr. Steve B on the line again. Yo, Mr. Steve B.
Yeah, just a quick thought, Chris. Have you checked on pin 12 of the RAM control IC? You know the little chip? I'm looking at your picture.
51916.
Yeah, check pin 12. They should have
5 volts on.
Yeah, I've had these when they've had hiccups and they actually blow a little bit of a printout, so the pin is actually not connected to the print. When you read it, try and check it right out. Just scratch a little bit of the coating away. Just make sure that hasn't popped on that. Just if you have got that 5 volt, that has caused some real peculiar problems. That has.
I'm certain 5 volt is there, mate, on that.
Yeah, but you really need to look. What I'm trying to say is if you measure 5 volt, there's quite a large bit of print. Then it goes to a very tiny and thin trace that goes to the chip. I've had it where it's actually burnt off just before it gets to the chip. If you look under your microscope, look closely and just make sure that hasn't popped.
Yeah, I've had it where it's burnt.
It's gone through, yeah.
There as well, mate. But
all your readings sound pretty good so far. I mean, I can't see anything with all the impedances being really wrong.
But I can get right on that pad there, mate. Let me just get you into focus, and it's 5 volt, mate.
Oh, okay, it was just a thought.
Yeah, we're getting 5 volt there. We're getting the VREF is attempting to boot on.
Yeah.
So the VREF is attempting to fire in with voltage when we boot.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm just finishing up with this 1X. I'll pull the board up and power it up and get some measurements. I'll give you a shout in a minute.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
All right, see you in a minute.
Anyway, Mr. Steve B on iFix as a special guest. Thank you for calling I Fucked Consoles. Killer Chris speaking. Yeah, mate, only I didn't fuck this one. This one was fucked before it come. I think the only one I fucked up to now, I think, is that PS4 where I fried the APU on the reball station. We don't mind. That should be 1.8 on pin 6 when trying to boot. Yes, I think it's bouncing up to 3. What was it bouncing up to? 3.3, was it? If I go on that capacitor there, you can't see either. If I go on that capacitor there, and I attempt to boot, it jumps to about 3. Okay. Jumps to about 4 volts. And then it should fetch itself back down, but it's not getting that far. It's not getting as far as fetching itself back down. But did Wayne, when Wayne did it, did Wayne change? Did he change the 51916? I honestly cannot remember. I think he might have done. He's done something with 51916 because it was gooped up with flux. Oh, where my fucking head's at today? Which way can I spin my chair for you today? I'm going to stop streaming for you guys. You just pick on me all the fucking time. Even when I'm not online, on the air, as they say. You just pick on me. Maybe not Travis as much as Codger. Codger's just like... He's always bullying people. So, we've checked Northbridge. Northbridge is kicking in. What is, though? What is? Let's just check that now. We've attempted to boot it a few times, haven't we? What reading do we get from... I'm not going to do it like that. I'm gonna hold that on there. What are we getting on that gate? See, that's gone back to being That's gone back to being 0.3. Did Wayne change the... If we're getting A, I'm allowed to bully people. They know what they're getting from my streams. Yeah, right. I don't bully anybody. I don't pick on anybody, me. I am friends with everybody. So, this section here, we've already replaced that FET. Let me see if I can get that into a bit of better focus. So we are in diode mode. We was initially getting, once I'd changed that FET, we were getting 0.4. We're now getting 0.03, slightly climbing. Chris, I found out the hard way. That gate will look like it's a short, even on a good board. Once all the capacitors have drained, it will go back to... Yeah, I see. It's slowly climbing now, mate. It's slowly climbing now. Don't know where that screw's come from. Again, it's and this is what bugs me, right? This is what I was talking to Steve about it yesterday. This is what bugs me, and it's not, I don't mind. I'll give them a calling of the fact that they're fucking dead, and without extensive surgery they're not going to be live and kicking again. I get that, but it's the problem for me is I hate not being able to kind of tell myself what is wrong or why it's failed. So my battery, all that is fucking dead. The charging cable's downstairs. So it's more the thing of not knowing. I really hate not knowing. Now, just out of interest, because I'm sure this will work on a similar method to the 1X. What do we get on pin? Might not be pin 5 on the One S. See, we get 3.3 volts. It might not be pin 5 though on the 1S. Pin 5 on the 1X. Yeah, I mean, I'd happily give up. I'd happily even not repair it and not fix it if I kind of knew what had failed on it. And it could be something as such as a ferrite bead. I don't think I've got good enough test equipment to test or check if it would be something around that thing. Pin 5, we get 3.2 volts to pin 5. So pin 5 is possibly the self and same on the as it is on the 1X. Pin 5 is going to go to Southbridge, somewhere along that line. It'll go Southbridge, then it'll go from Southbridge to somewhere on NAND or EMMC, which in theory it could be similar. That doesn't look like it's ever had anything there. That cap there looks a little burnt. We're not forced to see. We're going to see 1.8 volts anyway on that cap. That one probably there. We're going to say is 1.1, so that must be voltages in. And that one there, which is what is that one? Wait, it was that one. Did that one there not show us fucking 0 before? Right at the fucking start of this video stream? Did that one not show 0 volts? So if that one showed 0 volts, then why all of a sudden is it now showing 1.8 volts? Did that not show us? I can't fucking remember. What have I just knocked off? Lovely. Me fucking bent. But Chris, I have a working board to hand if you'll need any info. Yo, Michael, welcome, mate. I believe both Steve B and Mr. Bridger also have a working board, mate. I did technically have a working board for a Xbox One S all digital, but kind of sent it to somebody. Not that I need it back. I don't need it back. Not at all. Probably never would. See, that looks a little bit messy there. I just can't see it being anything to do with something such as that. We get nothing on that, though. Can't remember if that one's ground. No, that one won't be ground. So, do we see from that on? Power on attempt we do, indeed. So we're seeing that on power on attempt. Not that you guys can see. All you guys can see is some pink fluffy fat thumbs. .2 something volts we get on that side of the resistor. So we're going to get 2 point something there. Do we get anything on that side of the resistor? No, we don't. I'm not so sure we should do though. I have no idea. Possibly not, because that goes off to a via. So it is possible that we're not supposed to see anything at that side. Don't we have 10k-ish, 10k-ish. Would it be? No, it won't be, would it? It'd be 1k-ish. Don't send it to me, mate. I'll fry it. Send it to him. Send it to him. What have I missed? Oh, Joey has a live planned for today too. What time is Joey on? Send it to me. It's getting 60 volts. What you... Joey's scheduled for right now. Joey is scheduled for right now. Oh yes, of course. God damn. Sweet. Do you have his address, Chris? Do I have whose address, Travis? Do I have whose address? The Codgers. Do I have the Codgers address? I've got the Codgers address, yeah, mate. I'm saving up on addresses. I've got the Codgers, I've got Wayne's, I've got Danny's somewhere kicking about. I think I've got George's kicking about. I've got Nick's. So I'm collecting addresses, mate, yeah. They'll go on my mantelpiece at some point. So I think Joey is about to stream. I am certainly not going to put Joey off. I've now got Steve B's. Yes, Steve. I've now got Steve B's address. Fault on this one here, Steve, is power on, power off, mate. As you can tell by the little. But I think what I'll do is I think I will jump off. I will make way for Joey. I think I'll go sit and watch sit and think about this Xbox. Essentially, it could still be that soundboard is cool. It's fucking naughty as shit. It sounds like fucking Avon's stood at your door waiting for some kind of fucking money or to hand some delivery over. Ding dong dong dong. Fuck off. Fucking Minecraft. Sorry, Minecraft lovers. I do apologise. Minecraft just not my thing. Plus side is we've got some Nintendo DS's. That one there, but that one there is, I believe, working now. That one there, we've got a PSP sent by Dad. Will fix it. Also sent me some games. I did find another game tucked away in my cupboard. Don't know how long it's been sat there for. Yeah, the works. The works, the Avon. Fucking Avon calling. Yeah. So, I think what I will do is I think I will end. I feel like I've filled a spot somewhere. Sent you the updated file on Messenger. Is that for the 1X, Steve? Is that for the 1X? I want that soundboard. Lol. It's cool. Well, we'll have to see where we go with the Xbox, mate. Won't we? If the Xbox dies, the soundboard will be available, I guess. Yeah, I'll have a look at that, mate. I'll have a look at that updated file. As I say, it could have been my meter, because I've been running my meter on a Duracell rechargeable battery when it came. Bought it from Amazon last year. It lasted months and months and months without being charged. Then I charged it, lasted maybe a couple of days and died again, and then I charged it Saturday. It was saying it was dead. Charged it Saturday. It said it was full charged in less than an hour, and it lasted less than fucking 10 minutes. So back to buying the bleeders from shop. So yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll call it a day. I'll head over, jump on Joey's stream. In fact, I might sit here and run Joey's stream while I'm looking at the updated file from Mr. Steve B. And I'll have another re-look at this board of Rob's. May dig the preheater out at some point, and just trying to work out how I'm going to sit it there and show you guys it running on stream. That might be for another day. So without further ado, guys, I think Joey is still waiting. No, he's not. Joey's gone live. There's 43 watching. Head over there, guys, and we may see you there. Of course, all the mumbo jumbo. But until next time, look after yourselves.